Eldritch horrors, guns, heavy metal, side-scroller roguelite. You know damn right I'm gonna play that. Once I started playing it, I played it for an entire evening. I've played about 10 hours of it now, and that kinda puts me at the edge of the available content right now. I've collected all the guns and masks, and I only have one of those challenges left. The farthest I've reached is the 4th boss, and that's where I wanna stop for now. Yeah, it's another early access maybe you should wait situation, but in the case of Madshot, I think the core of what will be here on release is what's already here. The only other things that will get added are more zones, enemies, and maybe guns and masks. So extra stuff that definitely makes for a more fulfilling experience, but the experience will be mostly the same. And I think Madshot lends itself well to playing it now and then taking a break until an update comes and playing that, rinse and repeat. Premise. You are a dude and your girlfriend was killed, so you do some ritual to put on a Cthulhu mask so you can fight the Lovecraftian gods to bring your girlfriend back. Maybe. I think. H.P. Lovecraft, full name Hewlett Packard Lovecraft, was a writer born in 1890. That's credited with creating cosmic horror as a concept. Did you know his cat was named Nick? Yes, I know. Shut up. I've started listening to his complete works as an audiobook and I'm liking it. So far, The Alchemist and The Mountains of Madness. They feel much like mystery novels that then slow burn into horror. I've always loved Lovecraftian monsters. They're my favorite. Like when you fight the faceless ones in Warcraft 3 and all the old god shit. I love it. So anything that has an element of Lovecraftian horror immediately grabs my attention. Other than that, not much of a story as you do the roguelite runs. Gameplay. The reason I played this for an entire evening. The guns sound very good and the impact of them feels good. Especially the rifle. The movement is sublime. A dodge roll that you can actually change directions mid-roll. I love that. Double jump into a front or back flip and shooting while you do it. Ooh, feels so good. And you can jump off walls and hang on walls and hang on ropes. It's like my friend Pedro with Cthulhu monsters. The gameplay is intuitive. I quickly grasped how it worked and what I could do. The only thing that took some time to figure out was the dodge roll invulnerability window. It's a roguelite, so how does that work? Well, you have a hub area, where you can upgrade yourself and select a challenge, where you unlock something like a weapon or one of those modifier things. There's the climbable fireplace of guns, the mask table where you buy and equip new masks, and the modifier upgrade equippy table. You need ether for the modifier thingies and I guess I'll call them tokens for the masks. Look, I'm just here to shoot monsters, I'm not gonna read what everything is called. To get ether and tokens we have to start rogueliting. Step through the ominous purple goo portal and get summarily attacked by somewhat scary monsters. Shoot them to defend yourself. Congratulations, you are now having fun. Jump and roll around like a ballerina and shoot guns like you have Parkinson's exclusively in your trigger fingers. You can also pick stuff up and throw it at an enemy, which can lead to very cool elite gamer moments. Speaking of gamer moments, did you know H.P. Lovecraft called his cat Nick? Shut the fuck up! Okay, yes, fine. H.P. Lovecraft had a cat, and the cat was black. So he named his cat, let's say, Diggerman, but instead of a D, there was an N. He was still a brilliant writer, even if his opinions back then don't hold up to modern standards. Anyway, sometimes when you kill monsters they drop white or green energy. Green energy heals you and the white one charges your ultimate. Currently there are 3 ultimates, each of them tied to a mask. One slows time down and speeds up your bullets, making you extremely deadly. One that just freezes enemies, I guess. It just sucks. Don't use this. The last one makes you get health every time you kill a monster and you become Dr. Octopus. It's okay and can help in some boss fights, but that first one really is the best, because that damage output is so ridiculously strong. So the developers should work on making the other 2 stronger and especially making the freeze one not complete trash. It does nothing in boss fights. Great. Enemies also drop gold, which you can of course use in a store. Usually 5 items to choose from and I could take them or leave them. Don't get me wrong, they provide a benefit, but nothing amazing. I would rather save my gold for the random encounters with a beggar and the overcoat man. Give them money and you can get alterations or a heavily discounted store item. There are a lot more random encounters, but I wanna preserve some mystery. Alterations are another modifier thing, but they are only active during the run. RNG, choose from 3. If you watched my Vampire Survivors video, then you already know I like this. RNG is fine as long as you give me a choice. The alterations improve your power during the run, sometimes significantly. Like the alteration that gives you a sword that hovers around and attacks enemies without you doing anything. But it's mostly just giving you a chance to stun enemies or give your bullets damage over time. Stuff like that. Once you've killed everyone and taken your reward, for example an alteration or ether, you go through a portal. The progression of the runs is going through a series of portals stopping on a combat stage each time. Unless you're going to the store, and you choose your path towards the boss. Most of the time you see question marks, but you can scout a question mark to know what reward will be at the end of that stage. And you can sometimes find scout points on stages once you've killed everyone. Now, finally, the boss fights. They are challenging yet very easy to grasp. There was never a moment where I didn't understand how I would avoid an attack, and they never throw an avalanche of bullshit at you as artificial difficulty. The jump in difficulty from the first boss to the second to the third is also very good. The next boss is always harder, but they are appropriately hard for how far you got, and it's a skill check. Like, okay, you got this far, now show me that you have what it takes to make it in the next level or whatever. The bosses are good and cool. The Byakhee especially is cool and I loved seeing it in something other than the Eldritch Horror board game. But it isn't just the bosses that are challenging you. The normal enemies challenge you too. As you progress, you fight enemies with of course more health and damage, but different attack patterns that throw you off, and some of them will leave goop on the ground that hurts you when you walk into it. If you're looking to have fun and if you're looking to be challenged, then this game is for you. The game is also good at training you to be better, with the challenges called rights or something. Those challenges will ask you to play a certain way, like dodge roll through enemies 5 times or complete the first level without spending more than a minute on the ground. It's forcing you to learn a mechanic well enough to complete the challenge, and that's great. Conclusion: gameplay, great. Music, awesome. Visuals, cool. This is a great roguelite, and it's a great 2D shooter. The one issue I ran into was that sometimes the stuff I could pick up, specifically the shield and the book, wouldn't work. The shield wouldn't block and the book wouldn't do whatever the book does, and I have no idea why. Other than that, it's a great time, and I recommend it. And I give the game a queer yet wonderful indie title out of The decadent AAA industry. You probably won't understand why that rating is funny to me unless you have read some of H.P. Lovecraft's work. Here's an idea for a drinking game. Listen to an H.P. Lovecraft audiobook and take a drink every time you hear the words queer or decadent. Should be very fun, and you will likely die from alcohol poisoning. Oh, they released a new update that changes and adds some stuff. This is the nightmare of reviewing early access games. The stuff you criticize could change quickly after making the video and even before you finish the video. Well, at least you can maybe see why they made some changes. Like the ultimates, they made the freeze ultimate way cheaper than the other two. Good start. Now make it actually do something against bosses. They also added sidearms and some alteration changes that would make the runs way more interesting and make you actually end up with a build. Comparing that with the version I played just makes me think, oh yeah, that's way better. Playing before these changes, I didn't have an issue with the alterations, but comparing that with at least the theory of what they want to accomplish with the new changes, it's like, yeah, the old way is very dry in comparison. These developers know what they're doing with this game. So, in my opinion, Madshot's future is very bright. But I wanna take a small break from the early access stuff. It's time for some finished games. Subscribe, call me Uncle Brian, and have a good day.